Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello, my name is PLK. You should be subscribed to my channel because this is the 4th video about the healers in Throne and Liberty. We had guide, we had gear guide, we had guide how to get this gear, and today we're talking about the skills and skills preset for PVE, mass PvP and small PvP, which is arenas or just, events. Please subscribe because only 2% or how many? This many percent of the viewers subscribe, but all of you are watching my channel. Last month we just have 1 million views on my channel. What the hell is happening? Anyway, thank you for your support, sub, like, and let's go. Okay, we are playing Staff and Wand, which is the name of the class is Invocator. I don't know why, but this is Invocator. Right, this is skills that we have. Let's start with the PvE. I have PvE grind, I have PvP mass PvP and arena fights. Let's talk about the skills that we're using during our grind, AoE grind, our co-op dungeons, anything related when you go and just PvE. You need what? You need damage and you need heals for yourself and your party mates. First of all, you can do it differently. You can go with curses and explosions, and you can go just with single staff damage. And I tried different ones, both of them are valid, and now I will show you just the staff pure damage dealing AoE build. Alright, first of all, I will show you the skills and passives, and then we will talk about specialization. For some reason, when I make my videos, it's always raining, and I need to go to Phantom of Desire, but I need to, to record the video. So, everything for you guys, everything. Lightning. Our lightning have AoE spell, right? AoE effect. Now the next one is the big fireball, charging fireball, which also AoE. Then we have our ice spear bombardment. Then we have our AoE lightning. Then we have our single fire barrage. And then we have inferno wave, which is also AoE, not super big, but it makes things burn. Then you have shields. That's more for yourself when you're grinding solo on some like Solderdoma Island or Phantom of Desire where the mobs are really heavy, or for the co-op dungeon content. You have this thing, High Focus, which is also mostly for solo, and you have your Thunder Blessing, which is actually doing pretty good damage, and you need that for restore your mana, because you will need it definitely 100%. And standard amount of the heals, Blessed Barrier, solo heal, and mass heal. So now, let's talk about the things when you're solo and you're grinding in the dungeons. I already showed you the skills. Our Q is Chaotic Shield from the Wand, because you can heal yourself and you can curse your opponents when you block really good. Then the passives. So this thing, Asceticism, Mana Regeneration, and Heavy Attack when you stay. This thing is must-have Mana Amplification. It's increase your mana and health, also really must-have. Flame, because half of your skills are on burning, so you need this. And also this thing will add your Heavy Attack chance per stack on burning on the target. So for solo and grind is pretty cool. And you have this, Forbidden Sanctuary, increase skill damage by 130, but it decrease all mana cost efficiency by 15%, and it's huge. You will which is out of mana super fast, so you definitely need this skill. If you don't want to have this skill, you just get rid of this, and you will have enough mana with, proper attributes, which we talked about in different other videos. Check my channel, but if you have some wisdom and perception, you're good. So this is from the staff, and this is from the wand. You need this skill heal plus percentage per each 1000 max mana, and you have about 10k max mana, so it's big. You need increased healing by 30% during day and curses during night. You don't need the curses because in this specific build you're only using the direct spells, but healing to 30% is big. You need this, granting health recovery and regen to allies via active skills, increase mana regeneration. So every time when you heal somebody you also regen HP for them. And this thing is mostly for the curses, so if you're using direct damage build, you don't need this. You can check any other passive that you want and put it here. Now, if you want to use the curses, you just add here Touch of Despair instead of Ice Bombardment, and you add Curse Explosion instead of the Fire thing. Actually, I think it will give you more DPS. It just sometimes I don't want to wait for the curses, so that's why Ice Bombardment and this thing. But you can use both. Now let's talk about specialization, right? Of course, our mastery is for the wand, because this thing gives you a lot of healing and a lot of heavy attack chance. which is really good for us. Skill specialization. First, stuff. Fireball, maxed, these three things. Inferno Wave, maxed, which is, I'm using Inferno Wave more and more, and it's not worth it, actually. It's not worth it. So let's change it right away together with you. So we will not use this, we will use Curse Explosion, right? Like this. No points in Inferno Wave. Chain Lightning, it's your normal lightning, but it became chain and also land on a target, on the ground, some dot, 3 of them. Fireball Barrage, just the single target damage. Thunder Blessing, it's our recovery of mana and also a good damage while you're doing that. Ice Spear Bombardment, if you are not using that like we are now and we're going to curses, don't use that. Judgment Lightning, super good, definitely level up 2 of these things. This one adding the casting time, and we don't want that. Now, we have a lot of points, and actually if you're going to the dungeon and you're talking about the co-op dungeons, you definitely need to make high focus for the party, like this. Boom. Now we're not using Salvation Chain and we are not using Infernal Meteor, too slow. Now let's talk about what. Now if we're using curses, we want radius increase, so inflict the effect of Touch of Despair for 2 additional nearby targets within 3 meters. It became AoE. You don't actually need to update the Curse of Explosion, it's already working pretty good. So you can update High Focus. Now it will also add increased maximum damage to your party. Cool? Cool. Killing. You need 2 of these definitely, and you need your shields. That's basically all. Now your rotation looks like the following. You have your Fireball. So you do the Fireball, then you do Lightning, then you do Touch of Despair. Look at that. Then you do Lightning, then you do your Fire Bombardment, Lightning one more time, Touch of Despair, and then if the mobs are trying to hit you, so you block, and this thing also apply Touch of Despair on them. So when you have 3 Touch of Despair, you just use your Explosion, big damage. Before that, you did your High Focus, and when you don't have mana, you do this. Easy peasy. When your party mates need healing, you apply first Blessed Barrier because it's adding the healing potential. Then you heal, look, 4000, right? Then you heal if you need with this one. And if you have gear score, normal one, like 2000 or more, or myself, I have 3000, you don't need other heals. Your party will do dungeons super easy. Even I'm enjoyer to go to the dungeon myself, like solo. So sometimes my party is super low on gear score. Anyway, I'm making a good damage with this hybrid class and I'm healing them. Look at that. Some of these party mates are super low on gear score, super low, but you're doing pretty well. Okay, we talked about this, right? We talked about the PVE. Enough. Let's talk about main stuff. PvP. During PvP, you have 2 different situations. When you are alone, like the minion event or arena fights, and you need to do a lot of damage, you need to CC your targets and you need to heal your party mates, and you need another one, which is mass PvP. Proper, full support, Invocator stuff and wand build. Let's talk about that. And I was not so sure about that, because, you know, hybrid mage, it's super cool to give damage to the enemies, but when your enemies became more and more geared, this one starts to shine. So look at these videos that I'm showing you right now. What is this build? You have few skills which will make some damage. You have lightning because it's insta, it's super fast. You have fireball if you want to kill somebody, like finish the target, because overall damage from the fireball, look at that. It will be AoE and it will be huge, like 9k. For the player it will be not 9k, it will be like 6, still a lot of damage. And you have your Ice Spear Bombardment, because this thing with proper specialization will bind your target, will slow and bind your target. And that's what we need to do. The main purpose of this build is to heal, to save, to buff your party mates. You're always working with your party, you're always working with your tank. You heal your tank, you heal your damage dealers. And then, if everything on cooldown and you can help, you bind your targets with 2 these skills, Ice Beam Bombardment and also the Icebound Tomb with specific specialization. You will see that. So one more time, what we have? Important stuff. You have heals, barrier, you have solo heals, you have mass heals, and also you have this circle, which you will land on the places where your tank, enter the enemy block. Then before that, you have Victorious Energy, it will increase everything: damage, evasion, cooldown speed for your party, and shields are pretty good ones. It's about like 1000 of the damage which will be mitigated by the shield. Good. Now we have the last one. You have Salvation Chain, and it kind of just pull a party member within the range toward the user, toward me. And do you need that? Yes, you do. Look at that. Just my tank enter the enemy block, and it's Paladin. They sleep bomb everybody, and I just pull him out, heal, and then he go and fight. And he leaves. That's super good, so you use this thing. Now, let's talk about the specialization, and let's talk about the passives. Passives are pretty simple, so you need a lot of mana regeneration, and if you stay, you need the heavy attack chance, you need HP and mana, obviously. You need this. This is the thing which is decrease silence duration by 2 seconds and also increase the resistance for bind, sleep, silence for 540 for the next time. So you will be sleep and then you will be not, right? This is really useful. You need, of course, additional skill damage because it's influence your heals. And then everything else from the wand. So more regen when you heal, more heal for max mana, more heal during the day, and also taking skill damage has a 20% chance to increase healing, so you will heal even more. That's good. We understand the skills, let's go to the specialization. Let's start with the wand. So in the wand, we need 3 of these for the solo heal. This thing will heal yourself. This thing will just give you 3 heals, and this is just increase the range, because during the PvP you need more range. The same for the mass heal. We just increase the range, we make shield AoE, and this thing just increased the also radius of fountain of light. We need a lot of increasing of range because during PvP it's, sometimes it's 1 second and your party mate is dead. And now let's talk about the stuff. So fireball, 3 of these, we need them just at least some big damage burst. Chain lightning, only this one, we don't need AoE because it's not big damage, but at least without the rain it will become AoE. And now important stuff, ice spear bombardment. This one applies frost, and this one, if the target is weakened and frost is weakened, it binds the target. So you bind the target. This is super useful. If you will bind the target, you most likely your clan or your party will kill it. And it's just a little bit additional damage boost because you need at least some damage. Same for the ice storm. This one will bind the target, not freeze it, and applies frost around. Super good, because you also bind the target. And it's not fully freezed. Fully freeze target is basically useless because it's, invincible for some time. You're just waiting. This thing is bind the target. Super good. Now, full scope of the victorious energy. It increases hit chance for 400 and also evasion for 400 for 12 seconds. That's big. Also damage, and also it's for the parties. And you don't need anything for salvation chain. And that's basically how you do it. And I have a lot of videos when I'm trying different types of the builds. And at the beginning I was really hybrid, I was trying to focus on damage and the heal, but this thing is working pretty good. My party is living for more time, and which means my enemy is dying, and it's really working good with a good party. But the third one, if you're going solo, like an event or arena, you need more damage, definitely. You need to focus on more damage, and it could be 2 different setups. First one, just the standard one. Look, it's basically really close to the previous one, but more focused on not healing, but on damage. You have same chain lightning, fireball, bombardment. You have this lightning, because it's fast and it's a lot of damage. Ice Tomb to bind, you have shields. Same stuff, exactly. Now, we have the same 3 heals, barrier, solo heal, mass heal, and then you have inner peace. Yeah, I forgot, we have inner peace here as well. Just to restore your mana, you definitely need that. Here you have also inner peace. But 2 of these skills could be different. First of all, insta sleep. It's must have, it's mandatory if you want to do any damage. During the arena, you just sleep 1 and 3 of you kill 2 others. It's like OP. And also, if we're talking about arena, I'm using Fireball Barrage because if we go to the specializations, we have this thing on a Fireball Barrage. The target's mana decreased by 100 per fireball. And it's like, I don't know how many fireballs, you will lose like a lot of mana. And on arena, mana, people just die because of the mana. So you are basically anti-paladin, anti-tank. Super good, so that's why you need that. If your fights, and I will show you specialization a little bit later, but if your fights are a bit different, if you want to be hybrid during the mass PvP, you can do as well. So what you will do, you will drop off the fire barrage, and you will add haze. So you can do what? Sleep bombs. And sleep bombs are huge. It just, for me, when I'm trying to focus on the healing, I leave more. When I'm trying to focus on the meteors or the sleep bombs, I go forward, I go on the first rows, and most likely I will die and my teammates will die because I'm not healing them. It's much more important to heal, so please focus as a healer on the heals. But if you want to, so, you can be the sleep bomber, and it's really working pretty well. If you have a good perception, which is hit chance and CC chance, this thing will work. Other stuff, you can change lightning to the meteor, and you can change meteor to the Hellfire Rain, so it will be 12 small meteors randomly, which is much more easier to land the hit, and then you need this, decrease incoming recovery effect by 60%. It basically, they cannot be healed for some time. So these targets most likely will die. It's huge, you don't need to do a lot of damage, you need just to land these hits, and these targets on the meteor shower, they will die. Your party, your clan will kill it. So you can do it with the meteor or without the judgment. Judgment is just much more faster, so it's easier to land. The same with the haze. But let's talk about this specific. The same exact passives like a mass PvP. The only exception is we're adding the fire thing because we need more damage on fire. And now let's talk about specialization. So same fireball, same lightning, additional fireball barrage for the mana, same icebound tome, same ice spear bombardment. If you're using lightning, maybe you can put some points here so it became AoE, but most likely for arena you just need a single target damage, right? And here, the only difference will be, so we have a full swing, swift healing, solo heals, clay salvation for additional radius by 5 meters, mass shields, and we have here Cursed Nightmare, which is insta sleep. So first thing is removed if attacked twice while sleeping. So you can twice attack the target which is slept, and only then it will be unsleep. It's a huge damage before it will move. And this thing, instantly fall asleep. Cool. With the haze, maybe you can add karmic haze like additional 2 meters around, so it will be big sleep bomb. It makes sense. You can do it like this. Increase radius by 5 meters, you can decline it, and range by 5 meters decline it, and you have this if you use karmic haze. If you don't, maybe it makes sense to do the following. Just add lightning for additional damage, or do as I said with a meteor shower. I hope it helped, right? You have another videos about the gear and about the attributes and about all these things, but I feel myself super good with this class. It's super fun to play. And you can see on my videos, you can do really good on arena. You can be really good healer during the mass PvP and also CC the targets. You can do sleep bombs, you can be pretty good on PVE, which is much more simpler, but still. And that's why I love this class. I mean, what do you think, guys? Put in the comments, what do you think about this class? What other videos about Invocator do you need? And I was happy to see you guys. Thank you very much. Let me look at your face. Thank you very much. Subscribe, please like, and I will see you next time. I will see you in Throne of Liberty, actually. Bye.